This is Lord Phil.
And sidekick. Say
Say
less.
less.
We already said too much.
How's it going, everyone? How you doing, Sidekick?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, thank you. So today's podcast is it real? For those of you that's wondering, it's going to be a multiple podcast. There's a lot of stuff out there, but we're talking about Bigfoot, vampires, mermaids, fairies, trolls, Loch Ness monsters. Uh, eh, y'all know the whole list of them.
Right.
Obviously, we cannot talk about the whole thing in one podcast. That was awkward. Oh, now I'm echoing again. Anyways, Psychic's very popular, so it happens when someone's popular. Anyways, so we're actually gonna let Psychic start this week, and tell them what you got. Psychic.
Oh, I got quite a few things. For one, do you believe in vampires?
I think vampires are real, but not Hollywood real. I don't think they go around fighting necks.
Yeah. I
I,
really never
I
thought
think that
I would think about them.
really. I think the definition of vampires from Hollywood and real life would be different. I don't think they turn into bats and stuff, but I believe there could be vampires out there. It's just different from Hollywood.
Right.
And I don't believe they turn into glitter, sparkly people in the sun.
Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff is fictitious when it comes to the tearing with the garlic and things like that. There hasn't been any true scientific studies that say, hey, by wearing garlic around your neck, a vampire's
Right,
not going to come up.
right, right.
I mean,
I every Hollywood movie's got to have some kind of ending, and I think that was the way
mhm.
to end the bad guys in the movies. Is garlic, stick
True,
to the
true.
heart, stuff like that.
I mean, vampires, though, they go back to the 1700s. I
Oh
mean,
wow,
yeah, they go back way, way, way before we. Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of tales out there. Some of the key legends came in from New Orleans, where most of
yes.
vampires are. They say, yeah,
Anyone
or,
knows New Orleans, they know New Orleans is
yeah,
famous for vampires.
New Orleans.
Vampires, voodoo, and party.
Right, exactly, exactly. I mean, like I said, it dates back to the 1700s, starting in 1728. They called them the casket girls.
Casket girls.
It was five, anywhere between 5 and 8 girls that came in traveling, and they had um, box-shaped luggage, really weird,
Mhm.
and kind of stood out from everywhere else, you know. And they came in from France with this, and rumor has it that they would bring the vampires in the box, or
Oh,
they would summon from the
oh wow. I will say I've actually been to the building where the vampire girls are, um, and it's pretty cool. You cannot go in it if if y'all want to go see. You cannot go in it. It is boarded up. Every window, every door with nails. Did you happen to see how thick the nails were? I remember in the past they said big nails, but I don't remember how big. Did you happen to
I
find that?
Yeah, I didn't see how long the nails were.
I know they're not regular nails. They're not like nails you build
Mm-mm,
a house with. They're
mm-mm.
the big, thick nails like this that holds every board to the windows and doors up. And every nail was blessed by a priest. And the vampire girls were locked up in this building. And to this day, they're still in this building.
Mm. Yeah, that's what they say. To this day, they're still locked up in that building. That can't even go through there. That was
That's
one of the first episodes. There was back, and that, like I said, that goes back to 1700s. Um, then you got uh, Claudia, which is the famous seductive vampire. She would steal the souls, and uh, she came from an somewhat of abusive family. Her mother died when she was given birth, and then her father gave her to his his sister, which wasn't really
Right.
but she had a pretty long story life. I mean, she didn't become a vampire until 1917, so she was like 14 years old when she was her soul was taken over. That's kind of what they say. Um, vampires do. They don't just drink your blood and need your blood. They they more or less take your essence away.
Right.
So they can thrive off of any type of energy that you're throwing out. If it's a negative energy, then they're going to feed off of that. Are they evil? Not necessarily. Um, there's no signs. There can be good vampires. There can be bad vampires. It really depends on how you use what you have. I mean, there are sources out there that say they are a vampire, but they don't use the blood. They use the the essence and the energy instead, and that's what they thrive off.
I'm wondering. I don't know if you see anything about it, like Claudia. You were just talking about.
Yeah.
Um, did she pass? Um,
Yeah, she she
TikTok friendly.
she yes, she is. Matter of fact, 1950 is when she was um, no longer with us, and they said the cause of death was exposure to sunlight.
Oh, wow.
So she just
Um, I know I have seen in the past, with the exposure to sunlight, that a lot of people, we all know about the witch trials. A
right,
lot of people were said they were witches. They weren't, whatever. But the same about witches, vampires. A lot of people were labeled as vampires because back then they didn't know there's such thing as being allergic to the sun. We now know you can be allergic to the sun.
right.
It could make you burn, rash up. Like I'm not talking about sunburn. Like it could be bad, but they didn't know about it back then. And you know, I wonder if something like in that case, she was allergic to the sun and made her pass.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't say exactly any details. It just said that it was exposure to sunlight. Because the hearsay from others, none of that stuff really is true. You don't. They can go out in daylight.
Mhm.
The garlic doesn't affect them. You don't have to have the blood. The cross doesn't affect them. The stake doesn't. Yeah. I mean, stake's gonna kill anybody.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I drive a stake into your heart right now, you are no longer going to be with us.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Vampire, no vampire,
yeah. So
can't go
yeah.
without a heart.
So it's kind of back and forth. It's like, do they become immortal? I mean, there's another story of another gentleman, Jake Saint Germain. Um, he was an artist that lived on Royal Street who drank wine, never ate, and he fled New Orleans after a woman jumped off his balcony claiming that he was a vampire.
Oh, wow.
But that was it. That was the end of the story. I mean, because he disappeared and all she had was just accusations. No
Right,
actual.
right. I mean, that doesn't. sound like it's a lot of evidence, to be honest. I mean,
Right. No. But, I mean, that was in 1902. So, yeah. Over 100 years later, you got another, yeah, another sighting of a vampire in the same area of New Orleans.
yeah, I know New Orleans, like I said in the beginning, I know New Orleans is big about vampires.
Yeah, New Orleans is very big, very big. They also have the Carter brothers, who in 1932, they were accused of keeping victims chained up and withdrawing their blood.
Oh, wow.
And they were another part of the French Quarter area.
Seems like French Quarter's got a lot of dark history.
It does. I know. It's like, I don't know if I ever want to go visit that area. It's like French
Right?
Quarter. I don't know. 'Cause, I mean,
And,
yeah,
and it's
this
one of the
is.
biggest party areas now, and just
It
think it's
is. It
behind the
is.
scenes.
Mm-hmm. But there again, vampires can be anybody because
Right,
they feed off of uh, energy, and everybody puts out a different type of energy.
right, right, right.
And when you pass, you're putting out a different type of essence. So, I mean, I feel like maybe they could absorb someone that's no longer, maybe their essence more than an actual person. But I don't know.
Right, right.
I think I'm gonna be watching my back and making sure nobody's touching me. That's
I
for
mean,
sure.
you could always take one for the team for the podcast and become a vampire, and so you could give us a little more information. Go undercover.
Right? Little
Yeah,
undercover, yeah. Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would take one for the team for us and do it so we can learn more about. I'm a little busy, so maybe you have a little more free time.
okay, got
You know.
Yeah, and let's see. The last thing I had basically was, yeah, they basically feed off of the emotions. Some use it for revenge too, and they become immortal. Um, there is, you know, another source. I listened to a person stating that they were immortal, that they were born in 1940, and they sounded like they were 35 years
Oh, wow, wow.
old. Yeah, I mean, is it true? But it's just other sources that that I was cross references with, and makes me a believer that after all these years that yeah they possibly could be out,
Right, right.
but they're not they're not what the movies and the news has
Exactly.
portrayed them to be. They're just basic people that have a different taste in
Yeah.
food, per se.
Um,
It's a good way to
I,
put
I,
it.
I think to a certain point, the movie Twilight will probably it's a lot of Hollywood, obviously, a lot of Hollywood. But I think if they are real, there's real immortal people out there that are vampires. They're gonna be like them and try to hide in the general public. They're not gonna be out doing stuff to get noticed,
Right.
because you're 35 years old from 1940s. You obviously don't want to be a scientific experiment. That's what's gonna happen,
Hmm.
especially in the United States. You're gonna become a scientific experiment. That's all there is to it. Um, and so yeah, I think they're gonna try to blend in, sort of like the movie did. They try to blend in and everything. And to be honest, we'll probably never find out actual proof.
No, probably won't. I mean, unless someone was to literally, yeah, go undercover and
Right.
be converted, so to speak. But there again, there's different ways of conversion.
And honestly, I mean, we don't know how the conversion works. If there is a conversion, whatever it may
Right.
be, we don't know how it works. Let's just say, pretend we went undercover. For all you know, your mindset could be completely different afterwards and everything, and you're now going to be mindset. It's a secret. It's a secret. It's a secret. We don't know what does to your mind. Nothing like that. So even that might not work. I
No,
mean,
even that might not
it's
work. Yeah.
always
I
be
mean,
a
those were
question.
that was a lot of interesting reading that I got off of that. Um, like I said, the Casket Girls was a very, very interesting reading about. Um, it sounds like a good spot to go.
Yeah, I like I said, I've been there. I would tell y'all, if you have not seen it and you're in New Orleans or New Orleans area, definitely check it out. It's pretty cool. I mean, you can tell the building is old, um,
Mhm.
the way it's just built and everything. Um, and it's got the little plaque, historical plaque things that you can read there
Right.
and read all about it. Which of course, now we have the internet. You can read about it before you get there. Back then, the internet was as big when I seen it. It's definitely a cool place to see. Um, whether you believe there's vampires in there or not, that's up to you. But it's still a cool building to see. You don't see too many old buildings from way back then left
Yep.
still standing, and just the history on it is pretty cool. If I remember right, and I could be completely wrong, this is 20 plus years ago when I seen it. If I remember right, it used to be a hotel or something, and they locked them in there. I remember it was like 3 or 4 stories. I remember it was multiple stories, and they're like in the attic or something. Again,
Uh,
don't quote me on my story, y'all. It's been 20 plus years, but I remember it was a big building, huge building. Um, I
let
should
me
have
see if
looked up
I
the
can
building.
find any reference. There's so much in New Orleans.
There's apparently a Catholic Girl Festival in New Orleans too.
Yeah.
It's called.
What makes the legends of New Orleans so enduring? It's mainly the Anne Rice. That's a hotel.
I know only y'all in live eyes right now can see this. Well, and the red play button app can see this. This is the building. As you can see, it's all boarded up.
Oh yeah.
That's the building. I have not found what the name is. The old Ursuline convent,
Hmm.
and they're in the third floor, which you can see the third floor is completely boarded up when it showed out a picture, and it's got a cross on top of it.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, old Ursuline convent. I probably pronounced it completely wrong, considering New Orleans is French. Everything there's French, so probably something fancier than that. But and I guess the bottom floor, from a quick glance, has been opened up to a museum.
Bottom
It
floor.
was not back then, but
Right.
I guess it's got a museum now. You can go in the bottom floor,
Yeah, you can tour the bottom floor, but you can't tour the top where they're
right where
supposedly
they're at.
nailed. That's a whole new meaning to being nailed.
Right, right. I'm guessing this is the spooky steps that goes up there that's blocked off.
That is spooky. Ooh,
But they
scary
were
stuff.
not open in the museum back then,
Right.
so now it'd definitely be cool to go see. I wouldn't mind seeing it again when I'm
Right.
down that way. And like I said, if y'all are down that way, just the history of it's pretty cool. And if you're into vampires or into history or New Orleans history, anything like that, it's definitely a cool place to go. I know the outside's free. I don't know about the museum. Like I said, the museum wasn't there. Most museums are free, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the upkeep on keeping 7 or however many girls locked up in the attic is running nowadays. But they gotta be over 200 years old, so I'm sure it's probably
Yes,
pretty expensive.
easily. Yeah. Like I said, yeah.
Yes, I definitely.
Go visit the French Quarter, New Orleans.
Yes, New Orleans is full of history. Anyone likes history is full of history. Vampires not as full of history.
Tell us if you see a vampire. We want to know. We want to
Yeah,
know.
if y'all run across some vampires, definitely let us know. Tell me we would like to interview them.
Yes.
That'd be cool too. To interview a real vampire. Pretty sure that's a movie too, ain't that?
Vampires are very intriguing. Like I said, I I went in it a non-believer, and I think I came out on the other side going, there's a lot.
Seeing a little light at the end of the tunnel.
There's a lot here.
Dark.
Yeah. Makes me gonna be looking at everybody differently.
Right. And see that's me. Like I think the reason I like I said, I don't believe the Hollywood version of vampires. I believe there is vampires out there. I believe there's different types of vampires. There's fake vampires, there's real vampires, there's the cult like vampires. I don't know what they would fall under. I don't know. I never been there. But I think a lot of reasons for I'm from not too far from New Orleans.
Right.
You know, just less than an hour drive from New Orleans is where I was born and raised at. So, you know, I think that's why I was more open to it. You know, hearing the stories and stuff, going to New Orleans and seeing all this stuff. Uh, but yeah, it's definitely something interesting. I just don't think it's all Hollywood.
Right.
Like I had a question I heard that said, so they don't sparkle in the sun. I don't think they sparkle in the sun. I could be wrong though, but um, I don't know if anyone's ever seen anyone sparkle in the sun unless you're like sweaty, sparkling, then maybe. But I don't think like diamonds. No.
Speaking of sweaty, didn't you the Moth Boy? Did you have
The Mothman.
the Mothman? Yeah.
Yes, the Mothman. For those of y'all don't know, Mothman originates in West Virginia from the 1960s. 1960s. There's been many stories of the Mothman. The first one being that a young couple was driving and they seen this 6 to 7 foot winged creature of glowing red eyes chasing their car. And so they sped up to get away from this thing. Over 100 miles per hour. And this creature was keeping up. 100 miles per hour. And it doesn't really say what happened to them. But with the next story in 1966, 1967, Mothman was seen on the Silver Bridge. And moments after he was seen on the Silver Bridge, he flew off the bridge. And that is when the bridge collapsed.
Holy
And
no.
it took 46 lives. 46 lives. So now people are saying when you see Mothman, it's a warning sign, basically, that your time has come. So, like, almost like a Grim Reaper type deal.
Right.
Almost, sort of, kind of. And there's a lot of stories about Mothman when I was looking up all the stories. But pretty much the stories all run the same. It's usually young couples sees Mothman, something terrible happens to them, ending their time on Earth.
Right.
It's all basically the same stories of it. Um, it is thought that Mothman could be real, but not what we think it is. If you go to the museum in Mount Pleasant, West Virginia, um, you see Mothman, and he's ugly and scary.
Like a human with big old wings. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a bat and a human put together, 6 to 7 foot. I'm not really sure if it says. I didn't see anywhere it says the wingspan. It just said giant wings.
Right.
But it is believed by different theories. There's a couple different theories on it. One, that it was either a bat or a human or whatever it may be that they were doing testing it on back in the early 1960s, 50s, whenever, in Area 51. We all know Area 51 is
Yep.
secret, top secret stuff. We don't know what goes on there. It could just be military. We don't know. We don't know. They just leave us to wonder. And so a lot of people think that it was an experiment done in Area 51. It was either one, released from Area 51 for whatever reason, or two, it escaped from Area 51. I mean, if this thing lands on a bridge right before a bridge collapses, I feel like it's pretty smart.
Yeah.
And it could probably escape, especially when it's that big, 6 to 7 feet, can fly. I mean, you're talking about the
Right.
60s. We didn't have jets like we do now, that could just take care of the problem. There's also the paranormal side to it that is exactly what you think, whether it's a extraterrestrial from another planet or demon, whatever it may be. A lot think that it could be a demon. That's why it knows when your time is coming
Right.
and
That
comes
would
to
make
visit you.
sense.
Right, right. Um, and then there's the misidentified animal. Uh, it is said it could be a sandhill crane, which has large wingspan and red eyes when the light reflects on it. That's one thing I noticed about these stories is almost all of them are nighttime.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's easy to see an animal at nighttime and see the wrong animal.
Yeah.
It looks like, I mean,
It's just
shadows, everything
right.
else.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, I mean,
the
it's
lighting
very
makes
easy to
everything look
identify.
different at
Yeah,
night.
exactly. Um, so it is said that it could just be a sandhill crane, which fits the description for the most part, but
Mhm.
according to what witnesses say the head looks like and stuff, it doesn't fit that. But again, a lot of people that seen them was out partying under influence, stuff like that. So again,
Mhm.
they didn't misidentify it. So whether it's real or not, nobody's actually caught it. And I have not found any recent sightings of
Mhm.
Mothman.
Say,
So
well,
is
if it is
Mothman gone?
true, then you wouldn't have any history on it because
Right. Unless there was just one Mothman. I mean, if you would go back to a science experiment from Area 51 or wherever it may be from, and there was just one. I mean, what if Mothman was immortal and Mothman's gone? I mean, yeah, you might found the body, but West Virginia is full of mountains,
sure.
and you know, it could have landed in the mountains, passed away, and something's done ate it. Um, it's definitely weird. There hasn't been no recent sightings that I could find um, off of TikTok. 'Cause now there's just too much
Yeah.
AI. You can't really believe what's on TikTok. And speaking of West Virginia being mountains, as we know, that's the Appalachian Mountains.
I'll say
Appalachian
that. Yes.
Mountains is in.
Appalachian Mountain.
It's actually in many states. Appalachian Mountains is in. Sorry, I got to read my list here. It's too many states. Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maryland, New York, and New Jersey. Appalachian Mountains covers some or all of those states. Um, here in Tennessee, it's East Tennessee. West Virginia, like I said, pretty much the whole state is Appalachian Mountains, which is why it'd be perfect for a Mothman to hide there. I mean, caves, everything
Right.
else. Uh,
And a
there's plenty
vampire.
of. There's plenty of. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, and the Appalachian Mountains. I've been hearing stories many years. I live in the Appalachian Mountains, of course, and there's stories. I could not find one name for this I'm about to talk about. Uh, Not one pointed name. The only thing that I could find a connection with to all of them is the Appalachian superstition. Superstition.
Mhm.
What's that right?
Yeah, they do have a lot of superstitions.
Um, there's a monster. monster, I guess you want to call it. I don't really want to know what you want to call it. I guess a monster, a paranormal, whatever it may be. Um, it is said to be related to skinwalkers. It could turn into a dog. Um, it's said to be a unknown creature. There's a lot of descriptions about it, but there's the rules of the Appalachian Mountains, like you don't go outside at night, especially in the mountains.
Mhm.
If you live like in the mountains, you're supposed to have blinds on your windows and have the blinds closed at night because if this thing sees you, something bad happens. Um, if you hear your name when you're outside, especially nighttime, and no one's around, you didn't hear it. Don't go
I
chase
hear
after your name.
nothing. Nothing.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
no, no, no. Mm-mm,
There's the don't
mm-mm.
whistle at night. I
No
guess
more
it.
whistle while you work.
Right, yeah. Don't work at night. You don't open the door at night. Um,
I try not to open a door anyway.
and then it says here, and I've heard this before, and I actually did not know it was related to Appalachian superstition. I think this is Native American uh, tale myth, whatever you want to call it, that was brought up. Is it could be related to owls because supposedly if you hear an owl at night and you see where it's at,
Hmm.
that means your time on Earth is expiring soon.
Yeah, I've
And
seen owls, but
so,
never heard it.
right. So they say that it could be skinwalker could be related to owl. It's just I don't think if it's real in the Appalachian Mountains, if this wherever this is real, um, I don't think it's just one thing. And if it is one thing, then skinwalker seems like it'd be the best fitting thing. Because it's said to that your dog. There's videos that I've seen before AI was big. Okay, before now there's all kinds of videos, crazy videos. Before AI was big, you can see videos of people living in the Appalachian Mountains. And they have their cute little dog and stuff. And next thing you know, they have a video where their dog is standing on its hind legs, walking like a human being, going to doors or something.
What?
Um, yeah, there is videos of dogs opening doors and taking off. Which my dog can open doors, but like I'm talking about like human being with their hand with their paws, with their paws. And so
I believe they can be trained to do that. I really do.
right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, like I said,
And
my dog can open doors, but she cannot turn the knobs with her paw like that. She knows to
no,
go,
but and dogs can
hit it.
adapt. They can learn to walk on
Right,
two legs too.
right, right,
Um, I mean, if they get amputated, then they adapt very easily, like
right.
humans.
Exactly, exactly. And that's part of it is it was the dog trained like that. Is the
Right.
dog really skinwalker? We only have videos to go for. We weren't there. We weren't there seeing the dogs being raised, but it is said that this creature, where it may be, if it's skinwalker, where it may be, your dog could be one of them. And your dog's not who you think your dog is. Right, right, yeah, exactly. um, and it's just it's all kinds of crazy stories with it. But apparently, what I learned about it, like I said, I live in the Appalachian Mountains, and the best advice I got from it is just stay inside at nighttime. That's the best advice. Don't go outside. Because even if this creature ain't gonna get you, the bears are gonna get you. The bears are pretty friendly, but
Right.
some kind of animal's gonna get you if not.
Bears, coyotes.
But I know, I mean, all of America, obviously, the Native Americans, we're here, all America. So, of course, there's stories all over America from Native Americans and stuff like that. And like I said, the owls, I believe, comes. I should have done more research. I could be wrong, but I believe that came from Native American stories,
It's
Native American
possible.
beliefs.
Hmm.
Um, and I know skinwalkers. Also, there's a lot of not necessarily skinwalkers, shape shifting. I should say shape shifting is with Native
Yes, that's
Americans. which skinwalker, shapeshifting, it's the same but it's different.
Right.
Same concept, different.
Hmm.
Because one's human into an animal, one's creature into an animal, or whatever.
Right.
There's
But it's
all kinds of different
still,
things of skinwalkers.
yeah, it's still
Yeah,
shape
and
shifting.
I know Tennessee, just like any other state, is in where I'm at, Tennessee. Oh, hold on, I got a puzzle piece. Awkward. Tennessee has a lot of native stories and stuff, and anyone that knows natives, rivers and stuff like that. Appalachians are full of rivers, and they're always by rivers and stuff. So, are these stories brought up by the natives to scare people, to try to keep people from taking their land,
Hmm.
or is it stuff that really happens?
Well, yeah. I mean, because back before you had, you know, all the firearms and things like that, you had to figure out other ways of scaring away
Protecting itself, yeah. And
the
and to
criminals.
this day, a lot of the Appalachian Mountains, they're not like it was back in the days, all rural. I mean, like my part is rural, but you have parts that are cities now. Appalachian, like I said, covers however many states that it's named. Um, and yeah, I could definitely see that they making a story to keep the land protected and stuff. Um, even if it's non-native, what's the best way to keep bad guys off your land? Tell
Right.
scary stories. Let it spread like wildfires. Campfire stories. Um, but yeah, it's unfortunate I could not get a certain name for it. I really think the reason I could not get a certain one name for it is the more I studied about it, the more I think it's more than one creature, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And that's why there's no one name. Um, there's very little to no proof besides, you know, you can't believe what you see on the internet anymore. So they have videos of someone whistling, and something happened. It's
Right.
hard to believe
They
videos
can
being
make up a story and
right,
yes, and
right,
put the sequences together as in what the myth says and have it
right.
played out and it be fake and yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of the good stories are from before there was video recordings and stuff like that.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
so they're interesting stories, but there's very little to none, like I said, of actual proof of this. And I'm not taking one for a team. I'm not testing it out. So I'm sorry. I'm thankful you're going to test out the vampire thing, but I am not going out there and I mean, there's supposed to be Bigfoot and
um,
everything else out here.
no. I'm not taking one for the team for that one neither. Mm-mm. Nope, not gonna
It's
happen.
worth a try. It's worth a try.
Can send the dragons in.
Right. Yeah. Um,
Dragons. How many believe in dragons?
I will say,
They're more.
I
They're just a
I think
storybook
they
myth.
were real. I think they were real. I don't think they're real anymore. I think they were real. The
Fossils.
reason the
Oh,
reason I well, we're finding new dinosaur bones to this day
true.
that
This
we've
is
never
true.
found before. So let's just say dragons were before dinosaurs. We don't know the timeline. Let's just say it was before dinosaurs. If we're still finding dinosaur bones to this day, maybe we haven't got deep enough to find dragons because dragons did not come out in Disney. Dragons are from way back, like before TV. I'm
Right.
talking about way back. I mean, either it's a really good story from way back then, but
Right. But I mean, they say the fossil discoveries, which are the findings of the dinosaur bones,
mm,
um, and they're just imagining other creatures, but it could be real animals like a crocodile, uh, large lizards. I mean, you even got what is that big lizard? The Komodo dragon.
the Komodo dragon.
Yeah, I
I
mean
mean,
that thing's
it,
like that's like a real dinosaur.
yeah, they get what 20 something feet long.
Yeah,
I think. I know they have a statue here at the Knoxville Zoo of a full size one, and I remember I was able to put all my kids on and get a picture, and there's still plenty
Hmm.
of the Komodo dragon left. I think of it this way, dinosaurs were big, going by bones. They were big. What says that a T Rex wasn't able to fly one time? I mean, that's pretty much what a dragon would be. That could blow fire. Now, whether they blow fire or not,
Right.
I could see maybe blowing gas or something. I mean, some kind of stomach gas or
Little
something.
stomach acid from everything
Yeah,
they eat, not
yeah. I mean,
digesting.
you have animals to this day that could spit, stomach acid and it's
True.
venomous and stuff.
Yeah,
So I
some
could
of them that is
see,
their defense mechanism.
right.
Yeah.
So, maybe it burnt whenever the acid got in, so they thought it was fire, because this is back when they told stories by drawing on walls. How are you going to draw acid on a wall? Hot acid, flames, you know? Um, um, so I don't see why it wouldn't be possible for a dinosaur that big to fly, spraying out stomach acid, and it burning. I
Yeah.
just think we haven't found the bones yet.
Right.
I mean, like we talked
That would
about last week,
explain why that's all you do see.
right? I don't think dragons are here anymore. I mean, unless we talked like last week, it's behind ice wall or whatever.
Right.
But like we talked about last week when we talked about giants, it's possible that it's proof that we evolve with our environment through generations. Animals, a lot of animals relate to dinosaurs. They're just not the size of dinosaurs anymore, but they have some kind of relations to dinosaurs. So why wouldn't it that dinosaurs at one time was all flying, which could be the dragon? Um, After the ice age, you know, if there was an ice age, we're just going by what we're told. If there's an ice age, well, obviously it's not ice age no more. All that ice had to melt.
Exactly.
Floods
Exactly.
evolved to flying. Okay, so now these dragons passed away. Probably know their bones are at the bottom of the ocean. They're not on land. If they were flying,
And you'll
you
never
know,
see that unless
so
the
technology gets
ocean
better,
dries up.
dries up, or technology gets better. Yes. So that in our lifetime, it's not going to happen.
No,
I'm
not
just
no.
saying that most of our ocean has not been explored yet.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
it's quite possible.
well, I mean, it mostly just says that the Komodo dragon is about the closest thing to a dragon that there is. Just large lizards or mythical.
Can you imagine Komodo dragon spraying fire, though? That'd be scary. Those things are already scary.
Right.
Huge. I don't know. Komodo dragon used to be a dragon and it evolved. It lost its wings. It's not
It,
flooded no more.
it fell.
Yeah, it fell, lost its wings. I mean, you know, um, snakes. Snakes, they
Right.
say, have where it looks like they used to have legs. They have the parts in them. I learned all this in science. I don't remember the scientific part of it, but
Right.
at one point they used to have legs,
Yeah.
and they evolved to not have legs. So, what says a Komodo dragon couldn't have had wings at one time and flew?
Well, it states here that in Europe, dragons were usually evil, fire breathing, and hoarded the treasure that the knight was fighting.
I feel like that part. Yeah, I feel like it's fake. I have to agree with you on that.
And
I
then
think that's a scare tactic.
in China, dragons were wise, powerful, and good. They controlled
Right.
rain and rivers and symbolized luck and strength.
Yeah, I mean, China's got
And then you got the Middle East, which often went to chaos or giant serpents in the ancient.
hmm,
I'm not sure about that.
right,
Of course,
right,
I mean, that is in the myth, the sea serpent.
right,
Um,
right.
You got basically everything came from dinosaur fossils. Ancient people may have found bones, and their imagination
Right.
went
Yeah,
to
I can see that
drag.
too. Yeah. They don't have the technology, way back then like we do now, where we can see the dinosaur by the bones because we got CGI that can cover the bones and see what it's going to look like. They didn't have that way back then.
Right.
So I could see that, but I don't know. I'm still going to believe these dragons until there's proof there's not. I'm going to believe there's dragons. Was dragons, not anymore, but there was.
Well, I mean, yeah, I believe there was dinosaurs. I'm just
Right,
dragons.
right,
Dragons are a form of dinosaur.
right, and that's why I think it's a evolved or devolved, whichever way, form of dinosaurs, and that could possibly lead all the way down to Komodo dragon, or whatever kind of lizard. More like it's going to be a lizard relation.
Exactly.
Either
mean-
a lizard or a bird type relation.
I mean, I sit here and watch these lizards around here, and we have so many different types that if you were to zoom in on them and magnify them by
Mhm.
100 times, they would be humongous
Right,
and
right,
scary.
right,
And they're only thick.
right. Exactly. I,
So I mean,
I think
dragons
it's
can be really, or dinosaurs and dragons could actually be the lizards that still run around our Earth.
exactly. I mean, it's said, like I said, a lot of the animals are related to dinosaurs, some way or another. Some way or another. The chicken is closely related to the T Rex.
Sure.
Not really sure how that works out, but I'm not a scientist. Somehow they're close related. So I mean, yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Um, I do have one more. I know we're getting close to our time, and I don't have a lot to talk about it. I did not do my research on this, but I know a little bit about this. What do you think about mermaids?
Mermaid.
Mm,
I think
mermaids or
mermaids
mermaids?
are really just a bunch of drunk seamen
That went over.
that just were seeing things. Because I mean, stories say that there really aren't any mermaids. That they probably saw manatees or
Mm.
some other sea creature, from a distance.
Well, I would say I used to definitely say mermaids. Keep that to the movies, cartoons, whatever. It's all fake. Um, again, that's another one that is brought up in ancient stories, older than the United States is. It's in drawings on walls and stuff. So it's a story that's well kept over the years, or is there or was there mermaids? And I will say, I was watching Shark Week. I know a lot of y'all probably watch Shark Week
Hmm.
6, 7 years ago, and they had an episode about mermaids on Shark Week. And that one episode made me believe in mermaids more than ever. And it was a cell phone footage, which CGI was existed back then. AI, not so much. It was around, but not public back then.
Right.
There could have been good photoshoppers, whatever. They found this ugly. Imagine a zombie, like from these zombie movies and stuff, with a tail basically instead of legs. Ugly creature, and it had like seaweed on it. And they used a stick they found to get the seaweed off, and that's when they noticed it. It was a human-like creature with a fin. It's just ugly though, really ugly. It's not no pretty Little Mermaid. Um, and they called the police. Didn't know what it was. Kind of confused what it was and everything. And next thing you know, the police had it roped off or taped off. Okay, so you're thinking it could have been a body, someone passed away. Not sure what the tail was, but a body. But then you said seen men in suits taking his body, men in black suits. And no, not like men in black, but like FBI, CIA agent,
I'm picturing Men in Black.
Right, right, exactly. Will Smith was not there.
Just like I'm at the Mermaid, I'm picturing from Splash.
Right, yeah. This thing, it's not something pretty. Um, and what made it so weird is the FBI or CIA, whichever it was. I don't remember. Like I said, this was 7, 8 years ago, and I'm still trying to find this video. I know it's on the Red Play app somewhere. I just got to find it. Why would they be interested in something like that? If it was fake, I mean, nowadays you can recreate that video with AI.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, having people there and everything else, and it's not only happened once, but it's happened multiple times. And one of them, I believe, was in Africa, South Africa, and United States federal agents were there on that scene too. United States federal agents in South Africa. So it's like, and again, most of our ocean has not been explored.
Right.
We've if you go by what scientists say, we've explored more space than ocean. So who says that there's not more down there that we don't know about? Is it a cute little redhead swimming around? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. These things don't see
Right.
light very much. They don't have hair brushes. I mean, I don't even think this thing had hair, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
uh,
I don't think
it's
they're
definitely interesting.
what they portray in the movies and on the
Yeah,
cartoons and stuff like that. They could
I'm
possibly be real. That could be where we all
right,
originated from.
right, and
Sure.
that's what that episode was saying. And this is a very debatable thing, so we're not
Mm-hmm.
really gonna get into it. We're just gonna say what the episode said. The episode said basically we were apes, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the world started flooding. I think it was from Ice Age. I don't remember. The world started flooding, and some decided to go on higher land. Some decided to live on the water, eventually evolving to grow fins and basically become a mermaid. And the ones on land evolving into what me and you are, humans. And that's basically what this episode was saying. They think, there's no proof of it. They think is what
Right.
happened. Um,
Alleged.
but again, agents took it there, so we'll never see unless it's
Right.
declassified. We're never going to see what it was, what
They
if
took
there
it
any
over.
DNA done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're never going to have any
They took
physical
it to
proof.
Area 51, people. Sorry.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
more news on that one.
Mm,
It's
we'll
been
have to let
sucked
you know.
into Area 51. That's another
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, that's definitely another one. Area 51. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
We have a whole world out there we have not explored.
it
So,
says that they've searched the sea, and they have yet to find any human, you know,
right,
bones of, but yet uh, there's no proof one way or another. I mean,
right,
do
right.
sea creatures exist?
I mean, we can barely make it down to the Titanic to go see the Titanic
Right.
safely. Of course, you got remote powered subs that can make it down there and stuff. But Titanic's not even at the deepest part of the ocean. There's parts of the ocean that is deeper than Everest is in height.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Um, so and Everest is actually not the tallest mountain range; it's just the tallest mountain range on land. There is mountain range taller than Everest in the water. So you think Everest is the tallest point of land, tallest mountain on land? There's some taller than that in the ocean. That tells you how deep the ocean is, and we can't explore it. Not even our machines can go down there yet. So
Exactly. No, because
what's down there?
the cabin gets the pressure. Yeah, the pressure
Right.
capacity won't let them go so far.
Exactly. So far as we know, these mermaid things
They could
down there.
exist all the way at the bottom of the sea and us not know. They have
Right.
their own
Which
little
be
happy
why
family down there.
exactly. That'd be why they look the way they look. 'Cause there's no sunlight and everything else down there. So
The
I don't
dolphins.
know.
They
We'll
get to
definitely
play
have
with the
to.
dolphins, though. I'm jealous. They get to play with
Right. Right.
dolphins.
Well, I mean, from the latest news stories, I don't know if that's very fun to do right now. I don't know if you've seen that about the dolphin, but that's a whole different story.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we'll definitely have to bring up mermaids again. Like I said, I did not do any research on mermaids or anything. That's just what I watched on Shark Week, and I thought was pretty cool. And
Yeah, it is. That is
yeah,
cool.
and I will try for those of y'all that's going to be listening to some Red app. I will try to find that video and hopefully tag it in the description if I find it, so y'all can watch it. It's not tagged in there. I didn't find it. I know it's on there somewhere. I've seen it years ago. So I remember how it was worded. So, um, so yeah, I will tag it. And those of y'all that are watching this live now, I will put it in our Discord if I find it. So if y'all are interested in seeing it, I'll put it in Discord.
Yeah.
So make sure you join the Discord. But
Mermaids, dragons, vampires.
that is just the tip of the iceberg. Of, is it real? There's a long list.
Oh yeah,
Creatures,
there's
monsters.
so many different ones. Yeah.
And we will definitely bring up some more here in the future. Bring up some more here in the future. So I'll make sure y'all watch for that.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. But that's all I have for this week.
I think that sums it up. I think we learned a lot.
Right. And let us know if you're not watching this live, or if you're watching this live. Let us know in the comment or chat if you think any of the ones we named are real or fake.
Let us hear your story.
Yeah, and make sure y'all join the Discord, and you can tell us your story if you have a story on there about this topic and future or past topics. Other than that, I want to thank everyone that's listening to this live and not live. And I hope y'all have an amazing day from me. And Psychic, I hope you have an amazing day.
Have an amazing day.